Hello, 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 my lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. Today on the menu is braised lamb chops. This is one of my family's favorite dishes that I make. And let's get started. Right there, I have some cleaned lamb chops, and I'm just squeezing some lime. I actually used 2 limes. I started recording like after I had already squeezed the first lime. So I'm just adding some smoked paprika. I love the flavor smoked paprika gives to meats. That's some harissa seasoning, and I love that as well. That's like a blend of different things like cumin, coriander, I believe cinnamon. I really, really like it. That's right there, some more cumin because the harissa seasoning already has the cumin, but I added a little bit more because I love the flavor of cumin and lamb chops. And right there, I added some black pepper. And I do everything to taste. I really don't measure my seasoning. That's some garlic right there. You know, some people like more, some people like less. So you season your food, according to the way your family likes it. And of course, I'm using some adobo. I love me some adobo. Yes. And I got some sea salt. Yep. Of course, you go light with that because the adobo already has sea salt. Has salt in it. And those are some parsley flakes. And I always love to add parsley flakes to my meat. And I'm just going to mix everything together and incorporate it nicely so all those flavors come together and everything is nicely coated with the seasoning. And of course, if you can see that juice at the bottom, don't throw that away because that is liquid gold right there. All right. And I was trying to do everything by spoon because I didn't really feel like getting my hands dirty. But it wasn't, the seasoning wasn't, covering all of the meat like I wanted to. So I went ahead and just got my hands dirty and made sure everything was nicely coated with seasoning. I'm going to set that aside for a little while and maybe about an hour or so. And right there, I'm just browning the lamb chops, and it might look like it's a little too dark, but actually it's really not. That seals in the flavor, the juice, makes it nice and tender. You don't really want to cook it for long, maybe 5 minutes on each side, because you also have to let it simmer, put it back into the pot and let it simmer. So there you have, nicely browned, nice color on it. And I set that to the side, and of course I chopped some fresh garlic, some ginger, some scallions, spring onion, green onion. Everybody has their name for it. That's some tomato paste, and that is some onions, some Vidalia onions. You can use any type of onions that you have.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yep, that's pretty much the extra ingredient right there. So in the pan that I use to brown my lamb chops, I'm just gonna brown my onions in that same pan, and all those juices at the bottom, that's gonna add for some really nice flavor. Adding my thyme, adding all my other ingredient. And then I'm just gonna give it a quick stir. Get all those juices in the bottom. All those juices. Yep. That's flavor. Yes, depth of flavor. And I'm also gonna season my onions, of course. Lightly season it. And I'm adding a little bit more adobo. Some more garlic. Black pepper. And of course, the juices from the lamb chop. All that flavor and seasoning. You can't just flush that down the sink, down the drain. You got to use it. And right there, I'm just stirring everything together. Make sure everything is nicely coated. Yup. Lamb chops came out excellent. They were delicious. So you let that simmer for a little bit until the onions are nice and soft. And then, of course, you add them back to the pan. You add the lamb chops back to the pan. And the juices, when the lamb sat in the bowl for a while, it created more juices. So I just added those juices back to the pan. And my daughter had came in and she wanted to help me. So she was helping me. She was assisting me at this point. So, and she really enjoys these lamb chops. So I said, come on and help me. So there, we're just trying to stir everything together. Right there. So that's, yep. We could have given that a better stir, but of course, baby girl was helping me. So that's the tomato paste. That also adds for depth of flavor. That's when you're making food, you want depth of flavor. You want different things to go off in your mouth like rocket ships, you know. So you add that to the pan and you just try to mix it really well. And there you have it. There's nice juices at the bottom there. And those little things that look like little sticks, those are the sprigs of thyme. And I let that simmer for maybe about 30 minutes or so. It really doesn't take that long because this cut of meat, doesn't require long, extended amounts of time for it to be tender. Lamb chops are really nice and tender, juicy, flavorful. And I just paired it with some greens from my garden and some rice and beans. And that's